Have you ever been in one of those really high stakes, super stressful situations, and you see that one person who just seems completely unfazed? Everyone else is running around totally panicked, and they are the calm center of the storm. It's kind of weird, right? And it's absolutely fascinating. So today we're going to dig into the very surprising reason why that happens. So, what is it? What's the secret sauce that lets certain people stay so incredibly composed when things go sideways? It's really not about being emotionless, and it's definitely not about being fearless. The answer, well, it lies somewhere much, much deeper. It was forged in a totally different kind of fire. Okay, to really get this, let's just imagine a crisis. Picture some kind of emergency, maybe a medical scare or a huge project at work just imploding. It's in these moments that you see people split down two very, very different paths. So on one side, you've got the panic response. You know what I'm talking about. The mind starts racing, you can't think straight, and you just feel completely overwhelmed. But then there's the other response, the calm, methodical one. That person is focused, their thinking is crystal clear, and their actions are sharp and decisive. That's the one we're here to figure out. So where on earth does this incredible ability come from? You'd probably guess it's from some special training, right? Or maybe they were just born that way. But the source material for this explainer points to something way more profound and honestly, kind of counterintuitive. It points to a history of struggle. And here it is, the key idea. The person who is calm in today's crisis has probably weathered far, far worse storms in their past. Their brain has, in a weird way, been there before. It's been pushed to its absolute limits and somehow learned that, hey, survival is possible, even when everything feels impossible. That past adversity, it becomes this unintentional, hardcore training ground. So how does that even work, really? Let's get into the nuts and bolts of it, the psychological mechanics. How can these overwhelming past experiences literally rewire the brain's response to future threats? Turns out there's a name for this whole process. And here's the core concept: stress inoculation. The best way to think about it is like a psychological vaccine. By surviving a really powerful dose of stress, the brain's alarm system basically learns to chill out a little, while the smart, decision-making part of the brain stays online. It learns what a true five-alarm fire feels like, and that fundamentally changes how it sees all the future two- or three-alarm fires. This really breaks it down perfectly. So it all starts with an overwhelming experience. Then, and this is the crucial part, the person survives it. And in that survival, the brain adapts. It literally recalibrates its internal threatometer. So the next time a crisis hits, the brain's reaction is pretty much, I've handled worse. The stress just doesn't hit that same panic button. So what's the end result of this incredible adaptation? It's not just about coping. It's about developing this unique and really potent capability that just sets these people apart when the pressure is on. I just love this phrase from our source material. It's not a superpower like in the comics, of course, but it is a very real and very rare type of power. It's the ability to see things clearly when everyone else is blinded by fear, to act decisively when others are frozen in panic. It's this quiet strength that never has to shout. So what does this power actually look like in practice? Well, the brain's big red panic button just isn't so easy to push anymore. The internal monologue changes to something like, okay, this is bad, but I've been through worse. And that creates this incredible mental clarity that is so effective in a crisis. This is the alchemy we're talking about, right? Literally turning the lead of past trauma into the gold of present-day resilience. And get this isn't some temporary state. It's not a coping mechanism you have to consciously turn on. Over time, it becomes this baked-in, permanent part of who a person is. And that brings us to this last really powerful idea. This resilience becomes a permanent strength. The lessons that were learned from surviving all that early adversity get etched into a person's psychological DNA. The strength that was forged in all that struggle, it doesn't just fade away. It becomes a foundational part of their character. So this whole idea leaves us with a final really thought-provoking question. Now, to be super clear, this isn't about romanticizing hardship at all. It's so important to acknowledge that severe trauma often has deeply, deeply negative effects. This is just one possible, powerful outcome. But it does challenge us, doesn't it? It challenges us to look at struggle from a different angle. How can we maybe reframe our own past difficulties, not just as things that caused us pain, but as the unlikely, fiery crucibles where our greatest and most permanent strengths were forged?